whose name was attached to someone else's love. If she wipes her name away from your life one day, then what value does the word trust even hold? Watch this story till the very end. I promise, it will be hard to hold back your tears. The name of the village was Nodipur. Dirt-covered village paths and a broken wooden bridge over a small canal. In this village lived a very simple boy named Ashraf Ali. His heart was as clear as glass, but his fate was dark with clouds. Into those cloudy skies came a girl like a beam of light, Maya. Her real name might have been something else, but Ashraf Ali never called her by that name. He lovingly called her only Maya. Ashraf used to say, "When I look into your eyes, I feel like all the love and attraction in the world has gathered in one place. That's why you are my Maya." Blushing, Maya would rest her head on Ashraf's chest and say, "No one else has the ability to understand this, Maya, except you, Ashraf." Ashraf Ali worked at a local tailor shop. Most of the money he earned from turning the wheel of the sewing machine all day was spent on Maya. If Maya wanted a pair of red glass bangles, Ashraf would skip his lunch to save that money. On rainy evenings when it poured heavily, Ashraf would stand under the banyan tree by the canal, holding his broken umbrella over Maya's head. His own clothes would get completely drenched, but he wouldn't let a single drop of water touch Maya. Maya used to ask, "Ashraf, why do you love me so much? What if I get lost someday?" Ashraf would smile gently, hold Maya's hand tightly and say, "Can Maya ever be allowed to get lost? Maya is tied to my very breath. But time is cruel." There was no lack of love in Ashraf, but he didn't have enough money in his pocket to show her big city dreams. When Maya's family started talking about her marriage, Ashraf took Maya and headed toward the city. Using all his remaining savings, he rented a small room in the city. Ashraf started working day and night just to keep Maya comfortable. Operating the sewing machine from morning until midnight and going door to door taking clothing orders, calluses had formed on Ashraf's hands. Every night, when Ashraf returned home tired and laid his head on Maya's lap, Maya would run her fingers through his hair. But Ashraf couldn't tell. There was no warmth in her touch anymore. Maya's eyes were changing. The glamorous city life, expensive cars, and smooth lifestyle had started pulling her in. Ashraf Ali had worked late nights for 3 months to complete a big order, just so he could buy Maya a gold chain as a gift. The day he bought the chain and returned home with a bright smile, the surroundings felt eerily quiet. The house door wasn't locked, it was just pushed shut. As soon as he stepped inside, Ashraf saw the wardrobe open. Maya's clothes, her jewelry, nothing was left. A small note was kept on the table. Ashraf's trembling hands picked up the paper. Written on it was, "Ashraf, don't try to look for me. Love doesn't fill an empty stomach, it takes money to live life. The Maya you gave your life for now belongs to someone else. I have chosen someone who can give me a palace. Forget about me." The paper fell from his hand. The gold chain in the small red box in Ashraf's pocket rolled onto the floor. Ashraf didn't scream, nor did he cry. He just sat frozen in front of the door. The Maya he had trusted more than his own life had left him penniless today, walking away holding the hand of a rich man. The night rain began to fall. Ashraf Ali stood alone on the deserted city street, getting drenched. It was impossible to tell whether water was dripping from the sky or tears were falling from his eyes. Only one word kept murmuring from his lips, "Maya, how could you betray me like this?" Years passed by. Time moved forward, but Ashraf Ali's life had come to a complete standstill. He never returned to his village, nor did he leave the city. Leaving his small tailor shop, he started working at a large clothing showroom. Through endless hard work, dedication, and honesty, Ashraf transformed his life completely. He now had money, status, and respect, everything he once lacked. but deep inside, his chest was completely hollow. The deep wound of betrayal that Maya had left behind had turned him into stone. He could never bring himself to trust anyone again, nor could he ever fall in love again. On a heavily rainy evening, as Ashraf was closing down the showroom, a woman came and stood outside the glass doors. She was wearing a worn-out torn sari, her hair was unkempt, and she was holding a small shivering child in her arms. She had taken shelter under the showroom's awning to escape the pouring rain. Ashraf grabbed his umbrella and opened the door to leave. But as he stepped out, his eyes fell upon the woman's face. His heart shook as if a massive earthquake had hit it. It was Maya. However, there was no trace left of the palace-like luxury she had chased. There were no expensive jewels, no glowing face, only extreme poverty, hunger, and the painful scars of suffering written all over her face. Maya looked up and recognized Ashraf immediately. Standing before Ashraf's well-groomed suit-clad presence and his calm, quiet gaze, Maya felt an overwhelming wave of shame and bowed her head in silence. Ashraf looked at her quietly and asked in a cold, gentle voice, "Maya, where is your palace? Where are your expensive cars, your golden dreams, and all that happiness?" Tears streamed down Maya's cheeks, and she broke down crying uncontrollably. In a trembling, broken voice, she said, "Ashraf, please forgive me. The man I ran away with for money never loved me. He only used me as long as he pleased. The day I became a mother, he threw me out onto the street. Today I am homeless, penniless, and completely destroyed." Maya fell to her knees right in front of him, sobbing, "Give me any punishment you want, Ashraf, but please give me a little corner to survive. Today I have realized, even billions of dollars cannot buy the pure love you gave me." Ashraf stood motionless, staring at Maya for a long time. Then he quietly took out a clean handkerchief from his pocket and gently wiped the raindrops and dirt off the little baby's face. He reached into his pocket, pulled out his wallet, and handed all the cash he had to Maya. Ashraf looked deep into her eyes and said, "Maya, the Ashraf who loved you blindly died the exact moment he read that note on the table. I can give you money today because I have plenty of it now. But I can never give you that old love again. Because once trust is shattered into pieces, it can never be glued back together." Ashraf held his open umbrella over Maya's head and helped her and her child get into a rickshaw, just like he used to do in the past. But there was only one difference. Today Ashraf did not step under the umbrella with her. As the rickshaw pulled away into the dark, rainy night, tears finally slipped down Ashraf Ali's face, washing away the very last piece of Maya left in his soul. Maya lost true love in search of a palace, and Ashraf lost his heart, turning into a man made of stone. If this story touched your heart and made you realize the true value of trust and love, please take a second to click that subscribe button right now. Your one subscribe is not just a click, it gives us the strength to bring more real, deep, and heart-touching stories to you. Don't leave without subscribing, because true love deserves to be heard. Share this with someone who needs to hear it today.